Viewfinder. Speech off.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Best of JANKTECH review. This is the 2007 VTEC Around Town Baby Driver. This thing is very janky. There's many reasons. It can rattle. But it's a janky toy, but it's cool in the same retrospect. Like, no, it was really popular back when it was around, being sold in stores. You'd find them a lot in thrift stores, and retail stores, and things like that. You know, they had a very long shelf life, and they were online, but now, unfortunately, you cannot get these anymore. They have long since sold out. Their shelf life is not nearly as long and impressive as something like Learn to Dance Zoo or Rhyme and Discover Book. I mean, even Happy Lights Bear is still being sold, I think. If I remember correctly, I've seen Happy Lights Bears on Amazon, but, I mean, this thing was sold for a decent amount of time. Now, this is your basic VTEC Baby Driver. It has a steering wheel that spins in the middle. It has a puppy horn right there in the middle of the steering wheel. It has two buttons under that wheel, which the wheel is cloth, by the way. And then it has your kind of up and down shifter. You just go, you just do that. It has a speaker on the right side and three traffic lights on the left. And then on the very right corner, it has a key which is used for on and off. On the bottom, there's not really much of note, except a battery compartment which takes 2 AA batteries. And so, yeah, that is, the physical description. I will also say that this does use a very interesting sound font for its time. This uses the Alphabet Town samples and sound font, which usually around this time, most VTEC toys didn't. They were switching over to MIDI. They had 3 or 4 MIDI chips back then. But this thing did not use one of those MIDI chips. Instead, it uses the samples like Alphabet Town has. So that's always cool, I guess. You know, it has some audio that you wouldn't normally expect to see in something like this. And it does have the classic VTEC voice, but a lot of this is just some iconic classic VTEC jank. You know, you see this, and I mean, even with the design, you know it's JANKTECH. Now, I will say this one is in not too good of condition because, yeah, there's a reason for that. I'm not going to go into it on video, because this is meant to be a professional video, but there's a reason for the thing not being in the best of condition. When I got it at Goodwill, it was in pristine condition, but now with age, I guess it's just gotten older and condition has lessened, but, you know, still around town baby driver. So I can turn this key, and there's 2 settings, the low and high volume. Also, I want to point out, this was a part of the VTEC Baby line, which was... Stop talking for a minute. The VTEC Baby line was the line that happened after the Smart Start line, which that line is very interesting in what the toys do and what they made. And this is one of the this is one of the first toys that premiered the line. Now, you can see right there, those are definitely some old samples. And this, as it's playing the alphabet song, you spin it, and it'll keep playing the alphabet song, which I think is very interesting. There are other VTEC toys that do similar things. For example, the VTEC Grow and Go Ride-On from 2007, which uses one of the classic VTEC MIDI sound chips, by the way. It also uses a bit of alphabet sound arrangements and things, but you have to constantly keep spinning the wheel for it to play. Like, the ABC song is actually one of them, and there's like a few nursery rhymes and this and that. I actually have a UK version, so yeah, that's interesting. Now, this will teach you all about traffic lights. Now, the thing I find interesting is the fact that noise was, like, just beginning to be used and in, like, 2007, and then... Oh my god, would you stop talking? After that, they didn't really use it much. It was just kind of, it existed.
Yellow light. Yellow means slow down.
Also, I think this is kind of what set the stage for new VTEC drivers to come along, but, the 04 driver was a big one as well. This one is very unique in the way it works, like it is one of the only ones that does not have, like, it's a very simplistic toy, but it's one of the only ones that does not have, like, all these other things on the top, like, even the Learn and Discovers and the Turn and Learn had buttons, the 5 buttons, the 04 Learn and Discover had rollers. This one does not have anything on the top, which I kind of like that. It's just a more simpler version of the drivers. I think this was supposed to be, the newer 04 Learn and Discover, and what they did with it is actually pretty cool. So let's hear some of the music. That is a classic VTEC arrangement. I believe that was a MIDI file from somewhere. The arrangement of that. That would later become being used on many VTEC toys. And, now you don't see these MIDI files and arrangements anymore, but back then they were everywhere. Also, I love how it's so weird, but I kind of love it. It just pauses, like, between each thing, each rendition of the song, which, that's cool. I guess that's a way to loop it. There are a lot of intricacies, though, in these toys that you may not see right away. And believe me, the next toy I have for the review is something that isn't too well known for a few reasons, but I think it's a good toy. This is actually the only VTEC toy to have this arrangement. And then, you can do that. It has buttons that, oh yeah. There are, so with the, I can go on to some of the things. Oh yeah, this is a VTEC arrangement that was used for a little while. So you have, oh, that's starting to, left part is starting to come apart. So this wheel turns and makes noises. You can press the big old puppy on the top, on the horn. And then you've got these traffic lights that make sounds. Button. This slows down or speeds up the music. did I get the glitch on it? There is a glitch
A, B, C, D,
on this thing where
up,
if you go and have it play music,
down,
you can hold the shifter and spin the wheel, I think, and it will stay at like the same speed, like the slow speed or the fast speed, instead of defaulting back.
round,
Now,
and round.
a
Let's
thing
go for
that
a
I've always
ride.
found interesting is so you go up,
Up,
you have to hold it there to get the whole entire audio file. So if I were to go,
up,
it wouldn't play that, or if I would go,
up.
so you have to hold it there to hear the entire audio file, which makes me think that was not supposed to happen, because it shouldn't
Round
cut
and
off audio
round.
files like that.
Let's
But
go for a drive.
I guess that's kind of how that works. Now we can go,
Down,
and again you have to hold it. You can't just go,
down,
Or-
down.
because it will mess up.
A,
So
B, C.
now let's press this puppy.
Let's go for a drive. Fasten your seatbelt.
That bingo arrangement, that is a very obscure arrangement, but still VTEC. This is very similar to the Explore and Learn helicopter from 2007. This is like, I guess the baby version of Explore and Learn, because even some of the voice lines are the same.
Watch
Like,
out.
fasten your seatbelt, let's go, like some of those, this is very similar to an Explore and Learn helicopter.
Round and
So,
round. Let's
I guess
go for a drive.
I'm guessing, because of the older samples, this came out, and then the Explore and Learn helicopter came out right after it, because they were both 2007.
A, B,
but-
C, D. Let's go for a drive.
They, are very similar. Now, if you leave this to wait, it is one of the first, I believe,
Round and round. Let's go for a drive.
the first VTEC toys, and surprisingly enough, for this era, a lot of them did this, but after this era, one of the only VTEC toys that says goodbye. Now this, when it's setting idle, it will play the ABC song without you having to turn the wheel.
W, X, Y, and Z.
So, there's that. Leave it sit idle there.
Bye-bye.
Yep. So it uses the classic VTEC voice as well, which I find very cool. But yeah, it's the VTEC Around Town Baby Driver from 2007. It's a really cool toy, really janky, and highlights the elements of JANKTECH. Next one, I did a thing with early JANKTECH, like the Smart Start era. This is kind of the mid-JANKTECH, but still early premiering the main series of JANKTECH, so I'll have to get on to, like, the main, like, the late, like, the 2000s JANKTECH era, the 2006 to 2011 JANKTECH. Like, this one is there, but I don't know. But the next thing we're gonna get on to is one of the last JANKTECH things to be released in that era of JANKTECH, and surprisingly enough, it doesn't really sound that janky at first, but if you listen to the samples, you can see some jank in there. So, that is the VTEC Around Town Baby Driver.
14 minutes, 34 seconds. Stop recording video button.